Yo, sorry about that. Whoop! Late adopter. I'm laughing because I'm sad. I'm sorry to keep you waiting this long. I was watching, looking for new PC to buy, so and when I start, doing research, I kind of get into it, so I forgot about the time. Anyways, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. on the dollar and 7 cents, as the central plant would say. Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily, where we look at Bitcoin because we want to know what altcoins are doing and what's gonna happen next. So Bitcoin right now is up 1.7%. We are having this big meeting today that everybody is expecting, some kind of bullish or bearish news. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. We have been going through this, falling wedge on everything right now, sitting down on sport. Bad news, we drop through the support. Good news, we bounce up, go to 100,000 or something like that. Welcome to the show, guys. How you doing? How you doing? Captain is in the chat. Captain, long time no see. Did I miss it all? No, you did not miss. I'm just a little bit late. Who else in the chat? Trucker Chef Life, yo, Mohammed Farid, Christo, XRP Legend. Good morning. Smash the like button for Crypto Moon Landing. Bridge Cable, today is the day real fear will kick in. This is CC fear. Liverpool are going to win the Champions League. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool is, out of this world this season. They still need to beat the Manchester United and Manchester City, and they still have to do the champion. But they do have a good chance to get all 4 trophies in one season. So, if they do that, it's just out of this world. Dobar dan, think dobre is Slovenian. It might be, but we understand each other down there, Have a great day, man. Yeah, Liverpool turned it up to 2 gears after 60 minutes into the yeah. Finally, they figure out, let's win this. 41k today. I don't know, man. What meeting? What kind of planet, Mr. Maloney? What kind of planet are you living on? What kind of planet are you living on? You're welcome, Tom Powell Talks. Yeah. Today, if 0.5 respective pump will happen. I don't know, man. I don't know. Inverse head and shoulders on the XY on 5-day. Why would you be looking at 5-day, man? It's such a weird number. But maybe. Edward, too good morning, man. How you doing? I'm Lobin, hello. 1.7% soon, down 70%, brother. Up now, 1.7%. Soon, down 70%, brother. Up? What you mean up 1.7%? Down 70%. Not quite sure what you meant by that. Brace yourself, ladies, and we are going to 32,750. Yasin, if Yasin says that, then maybe we're gonna pump. Been working so much lol at work now. You need the money to buy those cheap altcoins. So yeah, that's good. That's good. Dobro jutro, Sale. Pozdrav, majstre. Pozdrav. It will pump. You are all ready. Please, what's going on with the link? It's getting smashed. Not much, man. By the way, how is link doing? Let me just check if there's something out of the ordinary. It does not look like nothing out of the ordinary on the link. It just kind of falling a little bit down. It does have this, huge MF falling wedge down here on the monthly time frame. It's also sitting on a 200 moving average. So, saying that, something is wrong with link, I wouldn't say that. But this looks very nice for link right now. Very, very nice. 200 moving average support on the weekly time frame. Falling wedge up here on the bottom. This is the long option up here. I mean, if you fall below 200 moving average, that's gonna be bad. But there is difference buying here, hoping to breakout and then going back down to support, and then having fear selling because you're already big time down and just continue down here, then buying right up here, and hoping for move towards the upside, because if it drops a little bit down, you can just exit the trade, right? So there is that. What's your thoughts on Cadena? Not much. Jasmine, load a bag of IDC if we drop more. Jasmine, Binance soon. Jasmine. That's Japanese stuff, man. Lol, didn't I told you before that we will drop to 37,750? Maybe you did, man. I don't remember. Anyway, we're gonna check out what's happening with Bitcoin, guys. We're gonna check what's happening with Bitcoin. There are many lines on the screen. As you can see, we have been following Bitcoin quite tightly. Down here, there is some kind of support. These 2 yellow lines are, local support down here, so you're gonna remove them a little bit. As you can see, everything right now is this in falling wedge. Bitcoin got this very short-term falling wedge. Ethereum got also falling wedge down here, and it's hitting this very nice support. So right now everything is at the support. everything is in the falling wedge, everything is looking shady as F. Question is whether we're gonna break this on downside or upside. And what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? This also looks even this on the on Ethereum looks like a bear flag, guys. Even this on Ethereum looks like a bear flag. I think it looks better on the 2-hourly, maybe up here. Even this on Ethereum looks like a bear flag, so you can see down the move down here, and then you see the lines up here, right? And of course this this projected move to the downside of the bear flag should be around something like 1007. Capitulation phase, stuff like that. We've been talking about this before. If we start dropping down here today, there are two options. I'm still saying there are two options what can happen right now. Two options what can happen, and I'm saying if we drop on the downside, although we are at some kind of a support level down here, if we drop below the support level, do not panic, guys. Do not panic. Very, very important, because I'm saying again, there is a slight chance that it will be a spring. Crank up the volume on Dodge Daddy and get to 32 so we can move on. Long. If we break down, it might be start to look bad. The fear gonna kick in. The panic is gonna kick in. You cannot panic. There is no need to panic until certain thing happen. And when that certain thing happen, then we can panic. Then we can be like, okay, this is bad. This is bad. So what am I talking about? Let me show you up here on the screen. Let me upscale. So if we now if things are good, we break towards the upside, nobody cares about this second scenario, right? But if you do not break to the upside out of the falling wedge, if you not to do that, the panic is gonna hit in, guys. The panic is definitely, especially as soon as we start falling out, you're gonna see all of the YouTubers, all of the Twitter TA masters, posting, this is the end. That's gonna be the stuff. The fear is gonna kick in, the panic is gonna flood through the market is gonna drop down. It's gonna be a big mess. But I'm gonna say, because when that big mess starts, it can start very volatile, it can be very interesting, very panicky. But what I'm saying, wait a little bit until we do a retest, okay? Wait a little bit. So drop below the support is not that problematic. Every time you drop through some important support level, you need a retest, okay? You need a retest. So when we drop, we're gonna retest either here or on this wedge up here, or somewhere there will be some kind of retest. The retest is the most important thing on the TA, on this chart, the retest. Once we have the retest, that's when we can panic if we fail that. So if we go drop down, a lot of panic, up, back again, retest. If we fail the retest, you can panic then, but until the retest you cannot panic. There is no need to panic until the retest, right? Unless we for some reason just drop straight down to some kind of insane levels, then you can be screaming like, dude, the late adopter told me not to panic. So there is always that. There is always that. You're welcome to panic if you drop like I don't know how much. If you drop something like 10%, 15. This down here, maybe. If you drop below like if you drop below like 70-80%, you're welcome to. You can start panicking, right? But anything less than that, up here and down here, 10%, something like that, do not panic, guys. Do not panic. I'm just saying that. So I'm putting this out there into the universe. Do not panic. Relax. If you want to close your position right now, in anticipation of the dump, you are welcome to do that. Not financial advice and so forth, because this can, just jump up here and it's gonna leave you behind, and then you'll have to FOMO back in. That can also happen, right? But if you do dump on the downside there, don't panic. The spring can happen, and so forth, because we will not panic if you drop below zero. Let the 8 ball side. What is Captain saying? No, we're not doing 8 ball today. No, we're not. Yeah. Do we already have a Dodge Daddy hardcore remix? Maybe something when Alaswa can fix. Yeah, maybe we can ask when Alaswa can fix, hardcore remix. Is there some kind of AI that fixes remix? Music AI remix. AI remix. No. AI music remixer online. Create your wanted audio for free. Block. Audio music. Remix music to change audio length with high quality. Nah. Remix hardcore. Something like that. Coffee. Nah. Music. Beep. Nah. There's no such thing. I said let 8 balls decide if there's a bounce or not. Nah, we're not gonna ask the 8 ball. Maybe when it comes down there, maybe we're gonna ask it. It all depends on the meeting today. I don't think all depends on the meeting today, but this looks very like, you know, it looks like it's waiting for something, right? It looks like, because this is so boring, guys. This is so boring. There is no way to explain this, how boring this is right now. We are getting already right now small, you know, extension up here. This is daily. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly is still contracting down here, so you know, some big move, you know, is about to happen. This and you can see down here on this chart, these contractions do not happen that often, guys. They do not happen down here. They happen quite often, but they don't happen this often. This is Bollinger Bands. It only measures the, you know, squeezes. So right now the big move should happen very soon. Now, direction in which this is gonna happen, you know, that's the interesting part, right? That's the interesting part. But the squeeze, it did happen. The Bollinger Bands are, you know, telling us that, you know, we are right now ready for the move. The consolidation has been going for a long time. This less, you know, slow, boring move to the downside that does nothing, it's kind of killing the price right now. So we gotta break out definitely very soon. We gotta definitely break out very soon. On the 4-hourly, we still got 42 minutes left. Maybe, just maybe, because we hit some kind of bottom down here. We actually created a higher high up here, which is actually quite nice. So we need to, you know, first step, you know, close above the 10-20 moving average, but this 50 moving average, that's a lot more important than a 10 and 20 moving average. As you can see, is still above us on the trend line up here. So I'm wondering whether we're gonna hit here and break through the upside, because the meeting is somewhere up here, guys. The meeting is somewhere up here, and right now it looks like we are hugging this upper part in the expectations of the meeting. So what I think up here now, since we are not hugging the bottom part, that would be expectation that this is gonna go on the downside. Since we are hugging the upper part, I think we just might go towards upside, because you have to look at it, you know, technical analysis as some kind of image of the, you know, market psychology, some kind of image of the market anticipation. And I think right now market is anticipating the good news, because we are up here. We are not down here anticipating, we are up here anticipating. So this anticipation towards the upside is actually quite nice. And maybe just waiting for this news to actually break out and continue towards the upside. There's a big probability right now that we're gonna break towards the upside, the way we see it, but you know, it's still very shady, because we technically don't know. We are assuming it can happen, but maybe it's also gearing up here, you know, just to have a bigger, you know, short options, so shorters can, you know, short the top resistance and not, you know, the bottom. But new moon. Yeah, but new moon. The new moon did kick in down here at the bottom. Technically at the bottom or at the top up here. Where it hit in actually? Actually hit over here. You know, the new moon is still, you know, kicking us sideways up here. Technically just sideways. So it hasn't been, you know, playing out well. When is the next full moon? I think it's 14th or something like that. Next full moon is 16 May. So we got, you know, we had like almost 2 weeks, you know, to the next full moon. So whether this moon is gonna be the moon that, you know, pushes us to the downside, that depends to be seen. But so far it's not been working out that well. So far it's not been working out that well. I mean, technically we are going a little bit on downside. Maybe, you know, start up here, maybe, you know. So we're gonna see if we get it pushed by because from here to here we actually went down on the full moon. So right now it will be very strange to go up on the new moon. So, you know, this has to fall down. Based on the moons, it has to fall down. So I would say that doesn't matter, you know, how bullish this looks. You know, we got a new moon, and this should, you know, drop to the downside. So be ready for that, guys. Be ready for that. We do not wanna, you know, go against the moons. We do not wanna go against the moons. Everything above 0.5 would be bad. Yeah, that's what I say, but you know, 0.5 is pretty much, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I think, you know, 0.5 or more is bad. Only 0.25 is good. But since everybody is expecting 0.5, that's already priced in, so, you know, maybe the dump is priced in. This feels like one of those fake pumps where it goes up to 6 hours and the next 6 hours it dumps right back down. It's happened so many times in the last couple of months. Yeah, it does goes a little bit up, a little bit down, because it is a falling wedge, so it is trading between the support and resistance. There is that, but but on the charts, there is no divergence anymore. So what you're gonna see here, guys, that divergence is done and the price can actually right now you know, do the nice moves. So down here we are falling on downside. This was going towards the upside, so there was divergence on the chart, and up here we are going towards downside, and this was actually going towards downside. There was no divergence on the upside, and there's still no divergence on the upside, still no divergence on the upside, and right now there is no divergence on the downside either. So the RSI has, you know, corrected on the daily time frame. The RSI is corrected and it is following the price. So right now the price technically is ready to break out. Oftentimes when you see these divergences, it just means that the price is still consolidating. But right now there are no divergences on the chart, and that means that price is right now ready for a breakout. Now, whether the breakout is going to happen today or not, that depends. But whichever direction it breaks, you got to take it seriously. Breakout to the upside is could be legit, but we as well, like we said as well, on the downside we should see some kind of pullback. I don't know if that's going to be on the small time frames up here, or a big time frames, but some kind of pullback should happen and retest the support, especially this 50 moving average. So I'm looking at this 50 moving average, this yellow line on the 4-hourly time frame, as some kind of support. So if we break above the 50 moving average, right now you can see the 50 moving average is following the trend line. If we break and retest that as support and then bounce off of that above the previous high up here, that can be very, very bullish move. On the other hand, if we go down and then retest this as resistance and then break through the support again, that can be very bad, right? But this retest, that's the big thing. So we gotta wait, look for a move, try not to get faked out towards one side or other side. You know, bull bear trap, those do happen, but you know, the breakout should happen. We are still at some kind of support down here. There are several ways to draw the lines, but you know, one of the lines is somewhere up here, down here, maybe down to some kind of 35 levels. But you know, we have been also watching these last 2 weeks to the downside, something like this up here, but it's kind of, you know, breaking to a little bit too much. So not quite sure what's up with that. This looks a lot better here on the daily time frame. So these 2 weeks on the downside is right now telling us that, you know, this is less support. Tila, is that a W on the 4-hourly on the V-chain? The V-chain, man, what? 4-hourly. It just looks like a triple button down here. 1, 2, 3, triple button. So it's some kind of really weird, yeah. But it looks like it's breaking the trend up here. Just quickly look at it. It looks like it's breaking. It's not breaking the trend. Maybe it's breaking the trend. Let's look at this on the daily time frame. Daily time frame is, you know, very important up here. I would say up here. It looks like it might be breaking the trend right now, very close at least to that. Nah, I would say this is the line up here somewhere. Let's use all of these. See how this looks on the 4-hourly right now. Yeah, maybe it's trying to break the trend. Maybe it's trying to break the trend right now. So yeah, it might be already starting to look good. Maybe. Weekly still is in downtrend though. Weekly still is in downtrend down here. Where is the weekly? Something like this, still in downtrend. So yeah, not quite sure about it, but yeah, it does look like it's some kind of triple bottom. So maybe it's gonna bounce. When will UDST break out? USDT. I don't know, man. By the way, the DXY broke 2 trends towards the upside. You can see the first trend up here. It broke that. This is the second trend. It broke that. And right now it's going up to the resistance again. And if it breaks this one, it's gonna, you know, turn around and go down. Turn around, go down. There is another trend line up here. I'm gonna show you up here. There is another trend line that's being created right now. I don't know if this one. I think it's this one up here. So I think this is the last, because we had one trend, second trend, third trend, and if it breaks this trend over here right now, I think this is pretty much you know, topped out and needs to go all the way back to 100 for some kind of pullback. Now, considering that DXY is already at some kind of top, we are already at some kind of support, we already have some kind of falling wedge. Maybe, just maybe, I'm just saying this right now, maybe, just maybe, we are actually bullish, guys. I know it's crazy talk, but we just might be bullish enough to pump. Okay, so if you see breakout towards the upside, assume good stuff, assume it's not a fake out, and maybe wait for a, you know, a little bit pullback on the small time frames, but assume it's not a fake out, because it kind of just, you know, the stuff is aligned. Now the only problem, it's not the only problem, but it can be a problem, is that the moon, man, we got the new moon on the charts and we are not quite sure whether that's gonna, you know, drop us down or not, give us an exit pump. DXY will drop today. I don't know if you drop today, you know, these things can actually take a little while, but you know, we call the top 103. We are calling right now that this, you know, short-term move right now needs to pull back to 100, and then we'll see if it bounces from 100 over above 103. You can also see the resistance line up here on the chart up here, you know. So this is right now acting as a resistance up here. If it fails to break the resistance towards the upside, it drops down. That's why I'm saying if it drops down a little bit up, this is pretty much done. This is pretty much done. I prefer 180k, bro. Yeah, let's get exit pump to 180k, guys. Exit pump at 180k or 80k Bitcoin exit pump. Yeah, that'd be nice. So the XY looking nice, man. What does Fibs on BTC say? Are you trolling me, man? Are you trolling me? Don't be trolling me, man. By the way, guys, I was looking at the markets and I came to a realization that this dump is not that, you know, it's not that big dump. I know we are saying that this is some kind of you know, bear market, you know, start and some kind of a very bad move and what's not, right? But I mean, we had, you know, previous, this is 2018, we went down 21, right now we are down 15%. I mean, this was 21% dump down in 2018, right? So, you know, markets are not, you know, unfamiliar with this dump. This is 2050 and this, you know, this is 15% down. Totally normal dumps. Still totally normal dump. Very normal dump. So I think we need to go below the 200 moving average down here, you know, for some kind of, you know, bear market stuff, you know, fear. Because I don't think market is in fear right now. S&P lower high and lower low. Yeah, S&P lower high and lower low. So lower high and lower low. We can see that. We can see that. But over here as well. High, lower high, low, lower low. I mean, and then it, you know, continue towards the upside. right? Just because, you know, it by the time it creates, you know, lower lows and lower highs, it's already kind of done, and it can change direction. So soon it will be great DXY crash, I guess. The great DXY crash. Yeah, that's about it. Also, if you look at, for example, on right now, Bitcoin is up 2%, man. This thing is pumping. I think it's pumping in anticipation of this move, so it tries to get back above the resistance up here at what's that, at 10-20 moving average. And right now it's doing very nicely. So, you know, we have, you know, 2 4-hourly candles, 2, 3, 4-hourly candles left until this meeting plays out. And you can see that we are hugging the upper part, the resistance. So maybe, just maybe, this new moon is gonna mess us up, like the full moon dumped us down. Maybe the stars have changed somehow. Maybe it's summertime instead of wintertime. I don't know how this works, but you know, need to go streaming tonight around the Fed meeting till tonight. There is no tonight. Fed meeting is in 3. When is the Fed meeting? Time. Today is Tuesday, Wednesday, FOMC meeting, 2 p.m. But 2 p.m. what? Eastern time. Oh, 8 o'clock tonight. 8 o'clock tonight. I don't know if I will be streaming the meeting itself, but you know, there will be live stream tonight. So, you know, do check it out. I'll try to get it on the meeting, but I'm not quite sure. Full moon only applies to DXY. No, the new moon only applies to DXY, yeah. Can you check dollar versus euro? Nah, that's not so interesting, man. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. I have nothing more to say right now. There is not much happening on the Bitcoin beside that. The falling wedges playing, you know, like the falling wedges play out, you know, they should break up towards upside. We got support, we got falling wedge, we got this FOMC meeting that, you know, everything is priced in for you know, 0.5%, you know, hike. You know, we are at some kind of lows. The only thing that right now that, you know, plays against us is this new moon stuff. So we'll see that. But if the news are a little bit bad, you know, it might drop down. But just before the meeting, guys, you'll see already action before the meeting. So I don't think, you know, you have to wait until the meeting for the action. You will see in the price before the meeting as well. A little hoping before we potentially go to our doom is always appreciated. Of course. Anyways, guys, see you tonight. Thanks for all the TA fans in the chat stopping by, and everybody else. Smack the like button on the way out. That's the least you can do if you are still here watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, follow me on Twitter and on Telegram. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 AM Central European Time, Monday to Friday, on the dollar. And hopefully we're gonna have a nice meeting tonight. Tonight's gonna be a very special night. We will definitely be streaming. I don't know if that's gonna be exactly at 8 o'clock. Depends on when my baby is sleeping. So, you know, there is that. But we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. And of course, if any kind of emergency does occur, anything big happens, I will be there streaming it. And, you know, we'll talk about that. See you around, guys. Bye-bye. And outro.